The show that gets you ready for the week of football that lies ahead has returned to your screen, a social media near you, if I may put it that way. This is your favorite online sports show of football, all things football, football unpacked. Good afternoon, welcome to it. I'm your host, Apiwe Roto. Plenty to talk about. We've got the Soweto Derby exclusive, we've got the history, we've got the stats, everything you need to know with regards to the Soweto Derby. Remember to follow to go onto YouTube and look for all things football. That's where the show will appear. Plenty to talk about as far as the world of football is concerned. Let's start with news making headlines in the world of football in the last hour. That is, we start on the continent. We start in the continent where Ali management have fined their South Africa. They've fined their players following the CAF Champions League elimination to Mamelodi Sundowns. The Red Devils were eliminated on an away goals rule by 2016 champions in our very own Mamelodi Sundowns, following a 1-all draw, which saw them progress on away goals at the current international stadium after they played to a goalless draw in the first leg semi-final at Loftus Versfeld. This news resulted in a couple of casualties with head coach Marcel Kola and sporting director Mohamed Ramadan being relieved of their duties. According to Kura, the management has issued a fine of 500,000 Egyptian pounds, which is 180,000 rand for each player who participated in the second leg last Friday night. The reports though did add that the players would have received bonuses had they won the game and advanced to their sixth successive finals. So which made it logical for the president Mahmoud Al Khatib to find them after the elimination. However, they now turn their attention to the Egyptian Premier League, where they are currently in second spot, 3 points behind this year's CAF Champions League finalists in Pyramids FC. On to our other news making headlines. We take a trip to Europe. Romanian authorities have identified a fan that who struck FCSB defender in Siangezana, formerly of Kaiser Chiefs, with an object which was thrown from the stands during his sides clash on Sunday, which saw them clinch back-to-back Romanian Super League titles following a 2-1 win over rivals in a Bucharest derby of Rapid Bucharest in the sixth match of the playoff phase, which helped the reigning champions extend their lead at the top of the table with 4 games in hand. What happened is as the game kicked off, it got off to a troubling start, forcing for the defender in particular when medical staff had to attend to him after he went down following being struck with an object. However, he was cleared to continue. Talking to DJ Sport, the law enforcement authorities of Romania have identified the individual who was reportedly seated in the second stand area in the Giulisti Stadium. And a statement made by the Egyptian gendarmerie, the individual now faces a fine as well as a ban from attending sporting events for over a year. The statement reads: at the beginning of the first half, an object threw from the stands. An individual threw an object from the stands, hitting a player from the visiting team. Gendarmes identified a person suspected of committing the act, and following a review of operational footage, measures will be taken in accordance with current legislation. In context, the individual risks a fine of 500 to 1,500 lei, approximately 2,000 rand in South African rand, to 6,500, as well as a complimentary sanction banning access to competitions and sporting events of the same type of period for a period of 1 year. On to other news. We're bringing it back home. Talking of the man that's been having the time of his life in the PSL, we're talking Mamelodi Sundowns attacking midfielder and Lucas Ribeiro Costa, who could be in line to sweep the awards at the PSL Awards this season. Ribeiro, with just a month to go until we could put an end to the season on the 24th of October, of May, I beg your pardon. The season comes to an where the season will come to an end. Now, the 26-year-old Brazilian has been tipped by a number of has been tipped by a number of pundits and neutrals as the favorite for the coveted footballer of the season accolades. Now, a player as that has been outstanding and has been phenomenal as that jersey number Sundowns jersey number 10. He goes on to he'll is most likely to win both player of the season and football and players player of the season. The attacking midfielder is currently the leading goal scorer, which would mean he would also finish as top goal. We finished with a Leslie Magnetella Golden Boot, provided he finishes top scorer. Another award he'll be vying for is goal of the season. Already bagged 2 goal of the month awards. However, he will have to scrabble for which he won in 2 consecutive months, January and February. However, with his following his acrobatic finish in a comeback from behind, win against Makesi. In a comeback from behind win against Makesi. However, he will face some stiff competition from Stellenbosch left. Not forgetting, besides the win over Magesi, there's also the solo run, the Diego Maradona run he pulled in the 4-1 win against Orlando Pirates, and the 4-1 win, over Orlando Pirates at the Loftus Versfeld. However, he is going to face stiff competition from left back Frans Basadine, who clinched it in the September-October for his long-range effort against Cape Town City in Stellies' 2-0 win over their Cape neighbors. Another goal of the season will include the Nduduzi Shabalala goal, who got the honor for December for his strike against Chippa United. Not forgetting Nonsabo's curler of a free kick against the Chile Boys for the Chile Boys against Polokwane City early in March. Still talking home local football. Stellies talisman in Andre de Jong has expressed a desire to SABC Sport to get a call up to the New Zealand national team with his exploits, hoping his exploits will give him a call up to the national team, New Zealand national team. For the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which is set to take place in the United States, Mexico, and of course Canada. Now, the 28-year-old is desperate to represent his country on a global show in the world football's biggest showpiece, with having made a huge contribution in Stellas with the Stellies, both domestically and on the continental level, with a 12-goal contribution, which includes 8 goals and 12 assists in 42 games. Speaking to the player spoke to SABC Sport website, to the SABC Sport website, citing, "I hope I receive a call up. And that's almost why I'm a bit disappointed, because when you get into a final, then there are a lot of eyes on you." Remember now, Stellies crashed out of the KEF Confed Cup on Sunday after they played to a goalless draw against Simba Sports Club of Tanzania, having lost the first leg in Dar es Salaam by an odd goal. States that, "I'm hoping the door is still open. Obviously, New Zealand have qualified for the World Cup next year, and other nations that have qualified for next year's World Cup, with the exception of the hosts and the United States, Canada, and Mexico, include Japan, who were the first team to qualify for the Nation World Showpiece, alongside Iran, Australia, and of course New Zealand. I think I just need to start scoring more goals, and the team should just keep on doing well," he went on to state. Now that he goes on to say, When asked about the driving force behind the improvement, since he said he responded that he matured with time since moving to South Africa. Now that he's been in South Africa for 5 years, he's more experienced, having played his trade with Royal AM and Amazulu, and still new in the league. He's found a home with Stellies. Stellies were debutants in the new CAF Club tournament. However, shocked many when they went on to make it all the way to the semi-finals. Hence, you have Pyramids, who will also be in the semi-final, in the KF Champions League final for the first time. Despite admitting that there was an imposter syndrome at Stellies in the early stages of the Confed Cup until they punched their way off the group stages. Hence, the disappointment of not reaching the final. And that's all from your stories. Not much to talk about as far as the stories are concerned. We go back to your results from last week. Remember, there was no episode last week. Let's date back to the 26th of April, where Polokwane City and Super Sport United could not be separated, playing to a 1-1 draw. While Kaizer Chiefs suffered the 11th defeat with Claudio Lepo's opener cancelled from a comeback with Mermo Gallants coming from a goal down to win by 2-1. We're seeing Kaizer Chiefs drop to 9th position on the log. Amazulu were too strong for Golden Arrows, beating them by a 1-0. TS Galaxy and Sekhukhune United also couldn't be separated on Sunday, playing to a 1-1 draw. English Premier League results: so Chelsea win by an odd goal against Everton. Wolves too strong for Leicester City, already relegated, by 3-0. Newcastle also beating relegation bound Ipswich Town by 3-0. Brighton beat West Ham by 3-2, while Southampton fell short to Fulham by 2-1. Newly crowned Liverpool won by 5-1 to see themselves crowned champions, equaling the record which was recently held by Manchester United. New UEFA Champions League fixtures: so Arsenal beat Paris 4-4 to Paris rivals and to French side, newly crowned French champions, I beg your pardon, by an odd goal. While FC Barcelona and Inter Milan could not be separated, playing to a 3-3 draw. So it's all to play for. Midweek fixtures in the Betway Premiership. So Mamelodi Sundowns beat Richards Bay by 3-0. Orlando Pirates falling short by an odd goal. Stellies too strong for Chippa United, winning by an odd goal. Midweek fixtures in the Premier League. So Nottingham Forest going down, missing out on a chance to hit the top spot, to finish third place spot, while City's Kevin De Bruyne gave Man City a win last night to kick off the Premier League weekend fixtures, while Amazulu and Polokwane City in the Betway Premiership could not be separated, playing to a 1-1 draw. On to your exclusive on the segment talk exclusive match of the day: Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates since 1985 on a head-to-head basis. These have faced each other 78 times, with 31 wins by Kaizer Chiefs, while Pirates have won 19, and 28 games played have finished in draws. These stats date back to 1985, when the NSL was officially launched. PSL era sees these games sides having faced each other 57 times, with Kaizer Chiefs winning 18, while Pirates have won 15, while 24 games have finished in draws. Dating back to 1970, in all competitions, we see 181 matches having been played. Kaizer Chiefs have played 74, while Pirates have won 74, while Pirates have won 48. 148, and 54 games have ended in draws. Kaizer Chiefs have scored 230 compared to Orlando Pirates' 196. On to further stats. League phase. on a league level, we're talking league stats right now. Head to head, we see Kaiser Chiefs 107 fixtures have been played between the two. The Pirates side Kaiser Chiefs claiming 45 wins, while side Pirates have claimed 26 and 20, and while 36 have ended in draws. Onto your key players, which you can look forward to. We talk Kaiser Chiefs. Mduduza Shabalala. Players to watch, namely Mduduza Shabalala has the ability to play as an 8 and as a 10. Has got the pace to trouble defenders and is also comfortable on the ball. Should come in handy. When you consider that. We are the Kaiser Chiefs will be missing a Wandile Duba who got a fourth yellow card, which means he will be missing due to suspension today. Well, the side will be boosted by the likes of Pulemodi and Gaston Sirino, who are also missing last week due to suspension. Another one is the DRC sensation, who's a regular on the score sheet. Scored one during the 2-1 loss to Gallants last week. Coach Nabi will be counting on his combination with Dupree, who are able to feed off each other's energy. He plays more on an 8 and relies more on wing play. Now the question mark has been whether both sides, they're both vulnerable from a set piece perspective. It remains to be seen whether or not this will be an Achilles for the Glamour Boys. We're going to talk about Orlando Pirates, which was exposed. The side we saw this being exposed last week Friday in the Champions League semi-final, as 2 goals were scored from set corner kicks. The game against Pyramids. Another player to look out for is striker Kamwenga Ashley Dupree, who will lead the attack. In Duba's absence, the talisman already has 2 goals against Pirates, having netted a brace, has the pace to trouble defenders while hugging the touchline at the same time, cutting through defenders while looking to get past that when will be looking to get past the informed China and will most likely, as predicted by pundits, to face Belegas and Bogas. Will be tasked with stopping the faster pacey talisman with the pacey former Steelers talisman. Orlando Pirates go into this game on the back of 2 losses, including midweek fixture loss to Skugune United, who will be looking to win 4 out of 4, and will be looking to win 4 out of 4. Get this. Kaiser Chiefs Pirates have not won 4 out of 4 league games against Kaiser Chiefs in the PSL era. And will be, but however, there is a first time for everything. Let's look at players to look out for. We're talking of 19-year-old DDC graduate Begezeli Mbogazi, who we just mentioned, hit the ground running despite having only played 4 league games, 2 Nedbank Cup games, and has been instrumental also in the CAF Champions League. Will be tasked to close a breaking down attack, and with that kind of physique, he can surely stop anyone. Hence, he's got the full back and he's got the pack for a left center back who can play, who's right-footed. Comes in very handy. Another player to look out for is 20-year-old Lebukile Mufukeng, who has 8-goal contribution. Has an 8-goal contribution, 5 goals and 3 assists. Has been instrumental in the Pirates' continental and league exploits. Usually plays as an 8 and a 10, provided now Tito Patrick Masoganye was out midweek. It remains to be seen whether or not he will be in today. Left-footed winger, another player to look out for is left-footed winger Dion Hoto, who's been utilized most recently as a left back or as a winger, of course, as an offensive winger and as a left back. He's practically an attacking winger. utilized, versatile, if you can put it that way, or in rugby terms, a utility player, a player. Now, when you talk of a utility player or a versatile player, a player, this is a player you can place in any position and they will give you the desired result. He plays an offensive winger and is also is all good from a set piece perspective, which is and has pace to trouble the is pace or trouble the defensive wing backs for Kaiser Chiefs wing backs, which is rare for a 34-year-old. Another spine in the midfield will be Talentin Bata, who has made a great impact since taking over from Miguel Tim. The tough tackling midfielder will be tasked with winning duels and winning the ball along with breaking opposition attack alongside Makehleni Makaula and that 4-2-3-1 formation, which they usually play, provided Makaula doesn't start. Now, Basil Mbokazi has also come in very handy with the injury to Thabiso Sisane, which has kept him out of the game for a while. Orlando Pirates will be out or will be without without an Nkosinathi Sibisi, who was sent off due to a second bookable offense in the game. Expectations, here's what you can expect as far as this game is concerned. Both game sides come into the game on the back of defeat, which should serve as for an interesting encounter. While Chiefs are fighting for the top 8, Chiefs' top 8 rests on the encounter. Rest on Chiefs' top 8 hopes rest on the encounter. Orlando Pirates' league hopes also rest on the encounter. If they're going to have a chance at giving Mamelodi Sundowns a run for their money, it remains to be seen. And what is the which could also see both sides cancel each other out. According to me, most verdict, most likely a draw. However, it comes down to who wants it the most. Here's what you can expect as far as your football is concerned. The game we just gave you, Kaiser Chiefs versus Orlando Pirates face off at the Soccer City. The game but final before the final. Both games, another game where these two teams will face off at the Mozambique Stadium on Saturday next week, Saturday, in the Nedbank Cup final. Or catch all things football or Football Unpacked for another exclusive of that episode. Golden Arrows face Stellenbosch. Magesi take on Kukune United. Supersport United take on Chippa United. Kickoff for that fixture is at 17:30. Cape Town City face off against Mamelodi Sundowns in our last game, which kicks off at 2000 hours. Our only game for Sunday sees TS Galaxy face Richards Bay, while Tuesday sees midweek fixtures. On Tuesday, we'll see Golden Arrows face Orlando Pirates. Mamelodi Sundowns take on Chippa United on Wednesday evening. Kickoff for those fixtures, both is at 19:30. English Premier League fixtures today currently underway is Aston Villa taking on Fulham at Villa Park. We've got 4 games currently under which will be in action today. Leicester City will take on Southampton. Everton will see Ipswich Town. Arsenal will take on Bournemouth. Brighton will face off against Newcastle. Brentford will take on Manchester United. Newcastle take on Brentford take on Manchester United. Tottenham take on Chelsea. Crystal Palace face Nottingham Forest. Champions League semi-final sees Inter Milan face off against Barcelona, which serves for an interesting tie following that 3-3 draw. Paris Saint-Germain take on Arsenal will take a 1-0 advantage. And that's all we have time for on All Things Football. Remember to like the channel on YouTube. And that's all we have time for. We're back again next week with another exclusive, which is the Nedbank Cup final. Let's give it a name and call it a day. My name is Apiwe Roto. Take care of yourselves and each other. Cheers. Enjoy the football.